You're watching Yoga with AJ, with me, Aparajita Jamwal. Today we're going to do the Veerabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1 pose. Asana is pose, Veerabhadra is the name of the warrior. He's Veer, he's very strong and courageous, and that's how we're going to do the pose today. But before you start practicing, a few precautions. If you have high blood pressure or a heart condition, only practice under guided supervision. The pose opens up the chest and brings the arms up. At a point we'll be looking up. So if you have any pain in your shoulders or your neck, be very careful. You can avoid taking the arms up or press down with parallel arms. And if there's any pain in your neck, instead of looking up, you can look straight ahead. So let's do a few short warm-ups to get into the pose. We'll start on the floor, an all-fours position. So you have your hands directly underneath your shoulders and your knees directly under your hips. The knees are apart, hip width apart. Your wrists are underneath your shoulders, and you want to check that you're putting weight even on the bases of your fingers, not just into the wrist. So take your weight slightly forward. Inhale and stretch up like a cat. Draw your chest up. Exhale, round your back, look at the navel, bring the chin in. Inhale and stretch up again. Drawing the stomach lower, hips higher. Exhale, round the back, move the shoulders away from each other. Doing that 3 more times at your own pace. Inhaling to stretch up. Exhaling as you round the back. Keep the mouth gently closed. Breathe through the nose. Last one. And then sit back. Bring the big toes together. Separate the knees. You can bring them to the width of your mat or a little wider. Sitting back on your heels, making sure that your ankles aren't getting pressured. If they are, you can roll up a blanket and put it underneath. And just gently lean forward to release the back and open up the hips. Relax the shoulders into their sockets. Keep the arms relaxed as well. If your neck allows you, shoulders comfortable, bring the forehead down onto the floor. And slowly coming up. Draw the legs back. So Veerabhadrasana 1 needs open hips. We're going to do a small stretch for the hips. We'll go to Ashwa Sanchalanasana. You can draw the back leg as far as your body allows you. It can also be just here. Doesn't need to be very far back depending on how open your hips are. The front leg needs to have the knee and the ankle in line with each other. And then bring the fingertips down. Or you can place the palm down, inhale and stretch up. Make sure you're not compressing or making the lower back shorter. Grow long and look up. Take 3 more deep breaths here. You can stay higher if your body doesn't allow. And let's round our backs once more. Come back to all fours. Inhale. As you exhale, round the back. Looking toward your navel, bringing the chin in towards the chest. Inhale and stretch up. Round it one more time. And let's change sides. Bring your left leg in front this time. Stretching the right back wherever your body allows you. Both hips are facing in the same direction. Release the upper body. Relax it. Relax the shoulders. And then inhale, stretch up with your head. You can be up on your fingertips or down on the palms, whatever feels good to you. Let's take 3 more deep breaths here. And then release. Come back to all fours position. Inhale. As you exhale, round the back. Inhale and stretch up again. Exhale and round the back last time. Inhale and stretch. And come back to a relaxed spine. Now we're going to come up slowly, rounding the back, relaxing the knees, and coming up 1 vertebra at a time. First the lower back, then the middle back, the upper back and the head. So like I said, Warrior 1 stretches the hips. It challenges you because it's not symmetrical. The right side of your body is doing something completely different from the left side of the body. There are a few different ways to get into the pose. Let's try starting with the legs nice and wide apart, and we're going to turn towards the right side and draw the left toes slightly in. Now the hips are moving forward, but very few people can bring both hip points to face completely to the front without feeling pain or a twisting feeling in the knees. So allow yourself to move as much as you can, and you're going to press the right shin forward. So we're going to try and bring the right leg flat, almost parallel to the floor, and press down into the outer edge of the left foot. If this feels impossible, sometimes it does, you can attempt this pose with your left foot against a wall to give you stability, find your balance there, or you can also bring the heel off in a variation of Virabhadrasana 1 and just have your hands at your hips at first. Just bend the knee as much as you feel comfortable. There should be no pressure on your knee. The weight is distributed evenly between both feet. Let's stay here for 2 or 3 breaths more. Inhale, straighten up the legs, come back to the center. So you have your legs nice and wide apart, heels aligned. Check if you need to. Take a nice inhalation, turn towards your left, turn the right toes in. As you exhale, bend into the pose. So the twist in the pose can come from the middle back instead of the hips. If your hips feel like they are more open here, that's fine. Feel the middle back twisting. Having your hands on your hips for now, head in neutral position, looking straight ahead. Bend the front leg as much as you can. Press down into the outer edge of the back foot. Remember, if this feels completely impossible, you can do this pose against the wall, or you can do the easier variation with the heel of the mat. Stay here for 2 to 3 breaths more, in whichever pose you've chosen for yourself. Inhale to come up, straighten out the legs, relax. So you would have felt your legs, the feet, the hips and the back working really hard. Let's try this now with the arms. So just testing on how open your shoulders feel. The warrior is moving with an open heart, with courage and openness in his heart. So you're going to bring the arms up and press the palms together. Now if you find yourself here or you feel like you're straining, keep the arms apart, press the shoulders down. If you've had any shoulder injury as well, palms apart, shoulder distance apart, facing each other. Whatever you've chosen now, inhale deeply, turn the right toe completely, the leg towards the right, turn the left toes in, is between 25 to 45 degrees. So it's not completely to the back and not completely to the front, it's somewhere in the middle. If you have stability here, if you feel stable here, look up at thumbs. Continue to deepen the pose if you feel like, and remember your lower back lengthens. The tailbone going down, stomach lifting, not arching into the lower back. Let's stay here for 3 breaths more. Press down into the outer edge of your back foot. Inhale to come up, exhale, relax. Let's try that one more time on the other side. If you're finding it very challenging with your arms up, keep them on your hips. Inhale deeply, turn towards the other side once more. Press down into the back foot. Remember, twisting from the middle back. Tailbone going down towards the floor. Stomach lifting. Still bending the hip, drawing the hip point back on the left side. If you feel good about it, keeping the arms up or shoulder width, rising up through the chest. The back body is moving towards the front, and we look up to focus on our thumb. Let's stay here for 3 more breaths. Inhale to come up, exhale, relax the arms. Wow, you would have felt your body working a lot if you did both poses with me. So you can give your legs a little shake. And now we're going to try doing this pose a little differently. If you feel a lot of pressure in your back, or you're not able to find your balance, you can do this pose with your legs hip width apart. So take a nice big step back, as big as you like. So the knee and the ankle stay in line with each other. Press down into the back foot if you can. Inhale, bring the arms up. See if you can bring the palms together. Let's practice this one last time. Breathing nicely here. Taking 4 deep breaths in the pose. Inhale to come up. Exhale, relax and step that leg back in front. Hip width apart, feet directly under the hips. Let's try that with the right leg back. Remember, step as far as you like, but make sure your knee is not extending beyond your ankle. Find a right way to press down into your back foot. And inhale to bring the arms up. Relax the shoulders into their sockets. Press into both feet, especially the back foot. Inhale to come up. As you exhale, step the leg forward, give them a little shake. A few things to keep in mind about your knees. You want to make sure when you step back, the knee doesn't go towards the big toe and it doesn't go towards the little toe. It's right in the middle, in line with the middle toes and over your ankle. When we do this, puts unequal pressure. So that was Virabhadrasana 1, the warrior pose. It's very good to stretch and strengthen the shoulders, the back, the hips, the legs and the feet. It helps you to build stability, focus and balance as you're practicing it, and teaches you how to do different things with one side of the body. One leg is bent and the other leg is straight. One leg is stretching and the other leg is holding you in that pose. So wonderful pose all in all to work the entire body. Since it's stretching the hips so much, it's very good for runners and people who are more athletic as well as people who are sedentary. So just anybody can do this pose. You just need to be careful and mindful that you don't strain or compress, shorten your lower back when you are stretching up. Anyone with a shoulder injury needs to be very careful when they're doing this pose. If you've enjoyed the video, don't forget to share it and like it. Stay connected to yourself and don't forget to subscribe to the channel Mind Body Soul.